I've been blessed with a really awesome opportunity. When I was on my road trip, I had no clue what I was going to do with my life when I got back. I'd gotten inspiration during my road trip to build a cob house, catch rainwater, and grow food. When I got back, I had $10,000 and a business idea in my mind. I was going to start a landscaping business with food plants and native plants. So I decided I was just going to start growing stuff wherever I could just to gain experience. So when I was in Texas coming back, my parents called me and told me, hey, we're moving to Korea for the next 2 years. Can you watch the house and the land for us while we're gone? So I very calmly told them, heck yes. So here I am with 7.5 acres and a house at my disposal, and now I have my opportunity of a lifetime. So now I'm catching rainwater off this roof. So now I'm learning to grow a garden. I'm composting everything I can get my hands on. Currently, I'm working on this small cob shed. Once this is done, I'm gonna start working on my very own cob house. Now, as if that isn't enough, I partnered with a couple friends and we're restoring the habitat on my dad's land. Basically what we can do is write him proposals. What he likes, he'll fund, and we'll basically just work for free. I want to use this land as an example for other people to see. I want people to understand when you restore chunks of land, that wildlife, new plants are going to come in and you're going to have a much more diverse chunk of land with all kinds of plants and animals. This land historically had quail, indigo snakes, eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. Now, it doesn't have any of those things. And when we restore land, animals are going to come utilize that. That's why it's so important, even in our own backyards, we need to tear up the grass and put in native plants. Grass does nothing for wildlife. We need to stop thinking about ourselves and thinking about what we can contribute to nature. At a point in history where mankind has flourished and done extremely well, we need to start thinking about how we can help nature out a little bit, because at this point, we're doing a lot of destroying and not much promotion for native wildlife. I think it would be so cool to have everyone in an entire neighborhood have nothing but native plants and grasses in their yards, and then have wildlife such as quail and turkey coming in and utilizing that. So this is just the tip of the iceberg for my dream, and I'm basically, there is no plan B. I'm either going for this and it's not gonna work out and I'm screwed, or it is going to work, and I fully believe it's gonna work. And I can't be second guessing myself when it comes to something this important. We need to be thinking in a much more progressive way about our relationship with nature and with people. Now, I believe it's time for private citizens, individuals, to start doing things to make a difference. We can't rely on government regulations to control what we want. They're too slow and too inefficient, I believe, and we can do things much quicker if we can cooperate with one another. Now, I believe each person can make a difference. They can do things in their daily lives to make a difference, even if you live in an apartment building. Now, if you don't know what you can do, send me an email at primitivetim@gmail.com. Explain your situation. I will give you something that you can do to make an ecological difference. Now, if you think what you do isn't going to make a difference, you're flat out lying to yourself. What happens here is when you do something, someone else sees what you're doing, or you tell them about it and get excited about it, they'll want to help you, especially good friends. And once that happens, you get really excited, and it makes you that much more passionate about the difference that you're making. I'll give you an example. I've started composting everything, every organic material I can get my hands on. And so I told a friend, I said, well, can I save my kitchen scraps and bring them to your house for you to compost? And I was like, heck yeah. And I didn't even have to preach at him or tell him, hey, you know, everybody should be doing this. I just got excited about composting and told him about how cool composting was, about how all the microorganisms are working together to take all these food scraps and to turn them into amazingly rich soil that I can then turn around and grow food with. So you are a very important individual who can start making differences today, and the differences you make for our environment will have a snowball effect. When you start telling friends about them, when you start getting excited about them, people will pick up on your excitement and they'll get interested in these things just like you are. Now, I'll be starting a series on different ways that we can, as individuals, can make a difference in our everyday life by making very small changes that have huge effects. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already. I want to see you guys back here. And again, if you have any questions, primitivetim@gmail.com, or you can ask questions down here below. But if you email me, I can give you a much more in-depth answer to your questions. So I am really excited about life. I hope I've gotten you just a little bit more excited about life. and how we can change the world together and make this place absolutely amazing. Until next time, find a new way to appreciate nature.